What's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton95 coming at you with another Transformers Legacy United video, and today we're taking a look at the Deluxe Class G1 Universe Quake with Tip Top and Heater. So, finally got my hands on him. So, really nice artwork of him here in tank mode. Too bad the tank doesn't actually look that good, as far as pictures anyways. Got an awesome look of him here in robot mode, and of course the back. Showing tank mode, tip top, heater, 24 steps. The combined, or I guess just in hand, that's not the super weapon mode that he usually has. And of course the artwork. So let's go ahead and get them opened and check them out. And here we have Quake out of, wait, no, hang on a second. That's not Quake. There's Quake. Yes, Quake, unfortunately, as you saw or heard me mention in the intro, is a heavy retool with some new engineering of Skullgrin. So right off the bat, we'll go ahead and compare them side by side. So you can see what's changed between the two, what's different. Obviously, he's taller due to completely new legs. Well, mostly new. There is some shared engineering, I believe, with the intersection there and this joint here. But the chest is the same. If you lift up Skullgrin's head here, yeah, this whole front section is the exact same. The forearms are exactly the same. Same with the hands. And I believe the backpack is the same too, or the actual back piece. So remove those. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same. You just get some new details here, but overall design frame is pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, very disappointing. I honestly would have preferred a completely new mold for Quake, especially when we get to tank mode, because the tank mode is just terrible. Most people know by now, you know, if you don't know, I guess I have, amongst my friends, I guess, a reputation for glazing Hasbro when it comes to some of their releases, but nah. I mean, yes, I'm glad to have this to complete my double target masters, but man, oh man, does this figure suck. Probably one of the worst figures I've gotten all year, to be honest. And it sucks to say that because Quake has such an interesting look to him. Especially when I guess the first time I've heard of him was Fall of Cybertron. I know I've been collecting since, well, I've known about Transformers since, you know, the Armada Unicron trilogy, and collecting more since 2007, but yeah, hard to believe I didn't know anything about Quake until I first saw him as a playable character in either War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron. I can't remember when the player model was introduced as a playable character, but yeah. But yeah, this is just disappointing. It honestly makes this figure from Titan's Return look good by comparison, and some aspects of this I do like better, like just the uniform color scheme, the darker muted blue, which I wish was on here. The more maroon red as opposed to the bright burgundy. Head sculpt I do like a little bit better on here, but with this being a Titan Master, having that better articulation compared to this. Yeah, this guy is just, it ain't it, Chief. I'm sorry, Hasbro, but you need to do this one again, because yeah, this is not great. He deserved his own mold. Don't do characters like this who haven't had a really great toy in either almost 10 years or at all since the G1 toy line. Don't do them like this. Like, come on. Like, if they can't fit new molding into the, if you can't fit new molding into the budget, like for a whole new mold, save it for another year. Like, this is honestly ridiculous. But enough complaining. We'll go ahead and get through the color scheme. Yeah, brighter shade of blue. Kind of a desaturated, not even really desaturated, just kind of a cheap looking burgundy. You got this gray, some black paint, burgundy, or no, black plastic, burgundy paint. Some really nice gold for the face. Like I said, his head sculpt looks really good. Like, Hasbro still nails the head sculpt. I do love the metallic gold right there for the face. Articulation, his head is on a ball joint, but you really only get rotation out of it. You got rotation here at the biceps all the way out. You got a swivel at the bicep, a little over 90 at the elbow, nothing at the wrist due to the transformation. You get a waist swivel. You get hips that go forward and back all the way out. Thigh swivel, a little over 90 at the knee. You get ankle tilt and a slight tilt forward. And then a little bit back due to the transformation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Getting into his target masters, we have Tip Top, who for the most part is accurate to how he's supposed to look. You got these little like bracers on his arms. Well, for gun. There's the blaster mode. It is blast effect compatible. I don't have any right next to me. I usually do, but cleaned off my desk since then. So there's the blast mode. All I got to do for transformation, just like zigzag and sunbeam, is just fold this up. It's right there. And there you go. You got some burgundy paint as well as some orange. He does have his little shoulder missiles. You got the bracers there. And yeah, for the most part, he's accurate to how he should look. Now, Heater is supposed to be molded in all black plastic. He is blue. I'm going to paint this black, except for this hinge and, you know, these ports here for blast effects. But yeah, I'm going to paint all this black to match the original G1 toy. I don't know why it's not painted, or, you know, not black. Probably because there is no black paint, or black plastic, but they were able to paint, you know, hold that up. Paint his torso, head, arms, and legs black, but they couldn't keep the rest of the gun black like the original toy. He does have the arm-mounted blades. You do get kind of a goggled flight helmet look to him. Like, they do look really good. Like, don't get me wrong. I do have a feeling that with the upcoming Spinister that we're rumored to be getting for Amazon for the Wreckers and I guess Mayhem, like 2-pack line, I assume we're going to get a Spinister with newly molded Target Master partners. And speaking of his other Target Master companions, we'll go ahead and give him his weapons, which you can plug into his hands like this, or, well, actually, the one thing I do want to cover is a flaw. Oh, no, we'll cover it here in just a second. So go ahead and just plug them in like that. There we go. So here is the first of our double target masters. There is Spinister with Shroot and Shroot and Singe, or aka Hair Splitter and Singe. And here is Needle Nose with Sunbeam and Zigzag. So, one major flaw with this set is, as you can see here with Needle Nose, and I want to say this is Zigzag, is he's got 2 of these 5mm ports, and they're closer to the middle. Here on Sunbeam, you've got just 1 port near the back of the weapon. On Tip Top and Heater, they are both in the exact same spot, and there's only 1. So you can't do the double stacking thing kind of like you could with these and the weapons that Spinister came with. No, it looks really weird, and they're just stacked right on top of each other as just one tall gun with the top barrel just kind of offshooting its own direction. Instead, the back of the box shows him holding the pair like this, which just looks even more ridiculous than, say, taking one of these guys, plugging him in to even right there, and looking like a decent blaster, or even like that, where, you know, the top barrel is a little bit forward. That looks fine. This looks stupid, and same does the other way with, you know, them stacked directly on top of each other. So I honestly don't know what Hasbro was thinking on this one, but honestly, I just prefer plugging them in on the underside of the forearm and having him use them as underslung blasters. So You got that going on. You can plug them in back here, but that's more for tank mode, which let's go ahead and get them into tank mode so we can get this video done and over with. Go ahead and flip the hands in. Straighten up the arms like that. Now, if you want, you can just take this whole backpack off. That'll form the turret. Open that up. Bring this up and around. His head will fold in. Go and close that up. Slide this section forward on this little slider. Just like that. Take the arms. Bring them around. You want that slot, that relief slot for the swivel to go right over that tab with these tabs facing down. And the outer part of the forearm going in. Those will lock together just like that. Come down here to the legs. You kind of want to bend it like that so you can bring the foot down, undo this, open that up, bring that all the way around, bring this section up, bring down the foot. Now there are like 3 joints here. You want to bring this one here forward, up and around, just like that. It will allow you to bring this up and around and down. And go ahead and straighten that out. Bring down at the hip. There's a slot right there in the bottom of the foot. It'll go right onto the forearm or on the bicep or the shoulder. Jeez. But we'll get there shortly. So bend the knee. Open this up. Open that up. Bring that out. Around. Bring this whole section up, actually. Bring this up, and it will double hinge on itself. And sometimes it'll just come undone, so keep an eye out for that. Again, bring this up and around. Form the tread. Straighten that out. Bring it all down. It's easier to tab these together. And kind of just sandwich this all like that. And take this, untab it from here. Flatten it all out. And there we have Quake in his very ugly, way too tall, way too skinny tank mode with a oversized turret. This is probably the worst tank mode I've seen in a long time, and we've had this thing, which honestly, this is more cohesive as a vehicle mode than this tank, in my opinion, because, like, if you want to talk about hitting the broadside of a barn, he is the barn. Like, no tank should be this, like, stacked up of a sandwich. This isn't a tank. This is like a portion of a submarine sandwich. This thing is way too tall to be a functional tank. And when you go to rotate the turret, the cannon pops up. So you can't even actually rotate the turret properly without it just constantly pointing, you know, at nothing. Like, ooh, who's up there? Like, I really hate this. And then just how close the treads are together. Like, a tank is supposed to be flat, low to the ground. A mobile cannon. This is a stack of pancakes on wheels. With, you know, a cannon coming out of the front. And to make matters worse, you can plug in Target Masters on top. And the dude is just 4 barrels, just aiming one direction. And he's even taller. So, let's go ahead and bring in the other double Target Masters, because I want to get this thing over with. Here we have the not too bad Spinister, which, you know, could be cleaned up of the Siege Schmutz and given actual Target Masters. Other than, you know, the supplementary ones we got later in Siege. And here we have pretty good bot Needle Nose. Like, he just, even though he's meant to go with them, he still just stands out like a sore thumb. I mean, he kind of is supposed to, being a tank compared to, you know, aircraft. But not this bad. Not a dinky tank that's way too tall, too skinny, not flat and low enough. I don't know what the designers of this were thinking, like why he couldn't have his own mold, why they couldn't go to the drawing board and flatten him out a little bit more, or, you know, figure out a way to make this transformation work a lot better than this. So let's go ahead and get him back into robot mode so we can get into this and finish it, because the more I talk about this, the angrier I get, because this wave has not hit, and I'll talk about that a bit more in just a minute. So let's go ahead and get him back. So fold that up, go and take this apart, split the legs, go ahead and bend that knee there, open this up, bring it up, bring out the foot, bring this whole section up and back like that. This bent backwards, going right there. Keep that knee bent so you can fold this section over like that. And there is one leg done. So again, compare it from this side. Undo that, bring that up, unfold this. Bring this whole section up on these two hinges, just like that. Fold this up down to here, bend the knee, bend this around the knee. Now we'll plug in. There is one set of legs done. Open that up. Open up the forearms and the shoulders. Slide this section down. Bring this whole backpack section down. Open that, or close that up. Take the fists, fold them out. And there we have Quake back in robot mode. So let's go ahead and get into final thoughts. So transformation is fine. Robot mode is okay, but the color layout, paint job, and tank mode, as well as just some of the tolerances, especially like the lack of true mobility with the head, is what really drags this figure down. And so far, it's one of the worst that I've looked at this year, and definitely one of the worst in this wave. I still got to look at Soundwave and Leader Class Galvatron, but those are going to have to wait until I can get them in hand. Same with the Deluxe G1 Universe Optimus. Just things going on right now, personal life, and the holidays coming up. It's been a little bit iffy, but yeah, I'm planning on looking at the rest of those and, you know, getting those out to you. But so far, the best figures to come out of this wave are the Core Class Galvatron from Energon and the Voyager Motormaster from Animated. Like, so far out of this wave, those are the best figures. Had no interest in picking up. Who else was in this wave? I can't remember who the other Voyager was, but anyways, yeah, just very disappointed in how he turned out. Just some of the choices Hasbro made, and the fact that they could not, for the life, just it still baffles me that they couldn't pick a original mold for this guy to have. Like, why did he have to be a retool? I don't know. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to keep it short, but as usual, it's like 15 minutes long again. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'll have some more positive energy than I have with this, because I'm just pissed off at this point with some of the decisions Hasbro made. And yeah, so hopefully after this video comes out, Cybertron Con in Shanghai will be going on, and hopefully we'll see the first wave of Age of the Primes. So keep an eye out for a podcast talking about that the following weekend. So the 14th, around the 14th of December, 2024. Keep an eye out for that. I'll be definitely talking about that with a friend or two of mine. So again, stick around for that. Be sure to check out the links down below. Check out my playlist for Legacy United. Let me know what you think of Quake. Did you get him? Are you not getting him? Like, does he deserve his own mold? And what do you think of how this one turned out? Because, yeah, I'm not happy. So long. Take care.